Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Today's question is maximize distance to closest person. In this question, we are given an array representing a row of seats where seat si is equal to 1 represents a person sitting in the ith seat, and seat si equal to 0 represents the ith seat is empty, and they are both 0 indexed. So there is at least one empty seat and at least one person sitting in a row. Alex want to sit in a seat such that the distance between him and the closest person to him is maximized. Now we have to return the maximum distance of the closest person from Alex. So now let's understand this question with the help of an example. See, this is a row in which there are several seats placed. So we can see that 0th seat, 4th seat and 6th seat are already filled. Now Alex want to sit on a seat in which the distance of Alex from the nearest person is maximized. So we can see that here total 3 seats are empty, and if Alex sits in between these 3 seats, that is at position 2, if he sits between at this position, then his distance from the closest person will be 2 in both the sides. See, here also it will be 2 and here also it will be 2, distance will be 2. And if he sits at this position, that is the 5th position, then the distance of Alex from the nearest neighbor will be only 1, because he is sitting at 5 and the closest member is at 6, so the distance will be 1 only. So in this case the Alex will sit at the 2nd position, so that distance can be maximized. So this was the one example. See, another example is such that first seat is taken and rest of the 3 seats are empty. So in this case, in order to maximize the distance of Alex from the nearest neighbor, the Alex will sit at this position, that is at this position he will sit, and the distance from this position to this position is 3, which is maximized. So if Alex sits at this position, then the distance will be 1. If Alex sits at this position, the distance will be 2, and if Alex sits at this position, then the distance will be 3. So we have to return the distance. So he will sit at this position, that is seats 3. Now another example. See, here the first seat is empty and then another seat is taken. So here he is left with only one choice, that is to sit at this position. So at this, when he will sit at this position, then the distance of Alex from the nearest neighbor will be 1. So we will return 1 in this case. So this was the entire question with the help of the example. Now let's just understand the approach of this question. So now these are some examples in which you have to find the answer. So in the first case, we can see that the Alex will be sitting at this position, and the distance of this position with the nearest neighbor is 2. And in the second case, we can see that to maximize the distance, Alex has to sit at this position. So the distance from the nearest neighbor to Alex is 3. And in this case, we can see that the Alex will be sitting at this position, at the starting position, so that the distance can be maximized. In this case also the distance will be 3 when it will be sitting at the first position. So while doing a question, what you have to take in note, that in this question we will get question we will get two combinations. That first one is that the Alex will be sitting in between two person, like in this example. The Alex, whether Alex sits here, whether Alex sits here, or whether Alex sits here, it will always coming in between the two persons. So this is the first case. Then when the person is sitting, Alex will be sitting in between two persons. Another one, and the another case is that when the Alex will be sitting at the either ends of the row. Like in this case, the Alex was sitting on the right end of this row, and in this case the Alex will be sitting at the left end of this row, so that the answer can be maximized. So see, total there are two ways. First one is that Alex will be sitting in between two person, and second one is that Alex is sitting at the either ends of the two rows. So now what we'll do, we will first of all find the maximum continuous zeros present in the array. So in these cases, we can see that the maximum continuous zeros which are present in the array are 3. So when we found out the maximum continuous zeros in the array, then what we will do, we will take into account two cases. First case is that when Alex will be sitting in between two person, like in this case. So the maximum continuous zeros are 3, and we know that the middle of 3 when taken into account will be 2, because when we take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, so middle one is 2. So how we will encounter 2? we got maximum continuous zeros at as 3. So what we will do, we'll simply 3 do plus 1 into it, and we will do divide by 2. So by this case we will get the maximum distance we can find, so that the Lx is sitting the distance between two persons from Lx. So this will be 2, the maximum distance. Now in this case what we see that the maximum continuous zeros are still 3, but in this case we cannot simply do 3 plus 1 divided by 2. Why we cannot do 3 plus 1 divided by 2? Because this was the case when Lx is sitting in between two person. So when the Lx is sitting in between two person, then the distance should be from one person should be the middle of the continuous zeros, that is 3 plus 1 divided by 2. But when these continuous zeros are present at the either ends of the row, then what we will do, we will simply just add that continuous zeros which are present at the either end in our answer. So here the continuous zeros are 3, so our answer will also be 3. This is the case when our maximum continuous zeros are present at the either end of the row. And in this case also we can see that the maximum continuous zeros are present at the at the ends of the row only. So in this case also we will do simply 3. We cannot do 3 plus 1 divided by 2, because that is only the case when Lx is sitting in between two person, like in this case. Now there comes a case when our maximum continuous zeros in between the two person as well as at the either ends of the two person, either ends of the row are same. Here we can see that the maximum continuous zeros in between two person is also 3, in between all person also 3, and the maximum continuous zero at the end also is equivalent to 3. In this case what we will do, we will give preference to the ending zeros, that is the continuous zeros which are at the either ends of the row. We will give preference to that, because what will happen, see here we will do when we will take this middle, these continuous zeros, then the distance will be 3 plus 1 divided by 2. But when we will take these continuous zeros which are at the either ends of the row, then the answer will be 3. So the maximum of these two values is 3 only. So therefore we will take 3 only and give preference to the zeros which are present at the either ends of the array. So now let's look at the code of this question. I have already written the code, and I will be explaining you this code step by step, and I will be running this code on this particular example, that is 10000 11100. So first I have taken the I variable which will help us in iterating the array, and I have again taken a maxd variable which will store the max distance till now at which the Lx can sit, and later on this function will return the maxd. Now I have written a while loop while I is less than seeds dot size and seeds I is double equivalent to 1. So I am doing 1 plus I plus plus, because in this question what you have to do, we have to first find the maximum continuous zeros. So we have to surpass all the ones which are coming into our the array. So first of all I was 0, so I is less than seeds dot size seeds I is double equivalent to 1 and I plus plus. So after this while loop end, our I will be pointing to this 0. It will be surpassing this 1, and now I will be pointing to this 0. Now I have taken a variable called s is equal to I. Why I have taken s denotes the starting point of the zeros. So now I have again written a while loop which will help us in iterating the rest of the array. Now inside this while loop I have taken a int count is equal to 0, which will store the number of zeros we have encountered. Now again I have written a while loop which is moving from I less than seeds dot size, and our seeds I is double equivalent to 0. This while loop, what this while loop will do, this while loop will count the continuous zeros which are present in the array till this condition is met, that is seed size double equivalent to 0. So we'll do count plus plus and then I plus plus. So our I was starting at this. So after that inner while loop which will be counting the continuous zeros, it will traverse till here, and now it will break at this condition, that is our I will be pointed out now at this one. Now what we'll do, Now we have got the count of the zeros which we have found. Now what we'll do, we will take a variable called temp. In this we will store count. In this we will store count only. So so in this we have stored the count. Now I have told you that we have found the continuous zeros. Now we have to check whether these zeros are present in the middle of the array or it is present at the either end of the array. So in this case this 0 is present in the middle of the array. So what we'll do, we will first check if our 0 is present in the either end of the array, that is if our starting point of that starting point of that continuous 0 is 0, it means that it is present on the left hand side. And if the ending point of the continuous 0 is equivalent to the array size, then it means that these zeros are present at the end of the array. So we will simply do max g is equal to max of max g comma temp, and temp is the total number of zeros. Now this was the case when the zeros are present at the either end of the array. Now if this condition will not run, then else condition will run. It means that zeros are present in the middle of the array. So in that case what we'll do, we will simply do max g is equal to max of max d comma temp plus 1 divided by 2. As I have told you earlier that we will take the middle. So temp plus 1 divided by 2. Now again after the loop was over, now our I was pointing here, and our max d value now contains 3 divided by 3 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 2. Now what will happen, we have again encountered 1. Now we have to surpass this 1 because we do not have any requirement of 1. So in our while loop is again written, that is I less than seeds dot size and seeds I plus is equal to 1. So this while loop is helping us in surpassing all the ones. Now again that when that while loop will end, our I will be pointing to this 0. So initially our starting point was this. Now our starting point will be updated, that is s is equal to I. So now it will be a new starting point of the continuous zeros. So again int count is equal to 0. Now again this loop will help us in finding the total amount of zeros, continuous zeros. So after this while loop will end, so our I will be pointing at the end of the array, that is it will be equal to seeds dot size. So this if condition will run. So and we found out that these zeros are present at the end of the array only. So in this case we will do max d is equal to max of previous max and temp. So previous max was 2 and now the count is 3. So max of 2 and 3 is 3. So this loop is over. Now we will now this while loop will not run because I is equivalent to seeds dot size, and this outer loop will also not run because I is equivalent to seeds dot size. So after this while loop we will simply return max d. It will contain 3 in the answer. Now let's submit the code. So you can see that the code is getting accepted. I hope guys you like the video. Thank you.